Yeah. So
Hmm.
BMO on the blue side, Weasel Teasers on the red side. Looks like BMO is going to be getting the first ban here.
Yeah.
The things that we know about BMO, sorry, Kang, Weasel Teasers, I just feel like have to ban Xerath pretty quickly.
Yeah, I can see that.
I could see that, but you know, Chovy Lover actually likes to play a lot of in-your-face, assassin-y 1v9 type champions, such as Irelia and Akali. More specifically, Akali. I see a lot of games on Akali recently, so maybe maybe they're feeling it and kind of want to go into that Xerath matchup with an assassin if they can get the kill. Mid lane early, it's going to be pretty hard for Lucan to lane against the Fed Akali, especially with the new changes in the recent patch.
Sure.
But yeah, we see Kaisa taken away as well as Vi.
And
Yone
Yeah,
on
in terms of what they might do, I think it's possible that they try to counterpick the Xerath, but I think they should do it. They should ban Xerath because I think
yeah,
Lucan just knows too many matchups, like just too much comfort on the champ to really want to go up against it. It's just a better decision to just ban it away, I think.
yeah, I would agree. And once you take away Xerath, Lucan does still play a lot of similar champs. He's more of a role player for his team. He likes to play control mages. Lots of games on Aurelion Sol, lots of games on Anivia. He does like to play roaming champions as well, such as the Ari and the Pantheon. But for the most part, he's going to be the role player for his team. And I think that Chovy Lover is going to want to capitalize on that with maybe something a little more lane focused. We see Hakarim coming in for BMO. Pretty standard for Jay Beach. He does like to play a lot of those early game junglers. We saw the Vi banned out. That's another example. And Tristana seems to be the fan favorite of Tactical Lover. Checks out, actually, if you've
You mean
been
Malphite?
watching LCS. Yeah.
Oh, the Malphite first pick. Let's see if we get any sick Malphite ults this game.
I reckon we will get a couple of Malphite ultis this game. Hovering Morgana, I think they're going to go for the Mordekaiser, though. Just another comfort pick on the side of Weasel Teasers there. Yep.
The Twitch.
Just a lot of standard picks, honestly. If you look at their OPGGs, pretty. It's not really much of a surprise, these picks coming in here. Twitch, Hyper Carry, seeing a lot of play from No Bamboozles down there. And with Animating Dead in the top, also fulfilling a role play kind of position along with Lucan, they're probably going to look towards Bamboozles carrying the late game fights. So Twitch, I think, is a perfect fit there. Now Weasel Teasers with the ban, I think they're probably going to want to maybe focus on Lucan's champion pool. There it is with the Azir.
They really aren't scared of Xerath, it seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see how. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say that the Xerath, like, as far as he's not in the meta for sure. Is he a strong champion?
I think when he gets ahead, he can be super oppressive because if you can't get on him, he's just gonna poke you for half your HP before you can fight, and the game's pretty much over, right? But I think that Chovy Lover's confident enough in their ability to play the lane that they want to leave it up so that maybe they could pick an assassin into the Xerath and get ahead early. We see that they're leaving last pick to Chovy Lover, so he'll get the pick of the litter in terms of mid lane matchups there. So I think it's a pretty smart idea. They're pretty much relying on the fact that Chovy Lover is going to solo kill Lucan and snowball the game. You know what? It's not really an Animating Dead kind of character I would have liked to maybe see them take away the Akali. They did already ban the Irelia and the Yone. Akali is Chobi Lover's most played champ recently, so if they gave Animating Dead Akali, that might have been pretty good for them. Instead, they go for the Aatrox, still pretty solid laner. Just, I don't know. He's just there, honestly.
Yeah, it's possible that Weasel Teasers are going for the tilt angle. Maybe they've saved
is.
this
Yep, there it
counter
is.
pick to try and just tilt out Lucan.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe give him a matchup he just doesn't enjoy playing, and hopefully he just gets angry and then makes some bad decisions, and they win the game off that. Oh,
Yeah.
It's Tristana mid lane.
it's on a mid. Interesting.
With the bamboozle. I
Oh
see.
my goodness.
Mhm.
But I thought there were no bamboozles. What's going on here?
I'm not a mid laner myself, but my gut tells me that Tristana that good into Zeros. I mean, yeah, she could probably just jump in and try to get off a lot of burst damage, but I
The
don't
only
know.
issue
It
is
just
Xerath
seems
can
like,
stun her mid jump.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
that's
he
what
can
I was
really
thinking.
shut down and engage. So all Tristana really has is, I think she has stronger push than Xerath. So it might just be a
Yeah.
lot of Tristana pushing in mid and then going to do something else, maybe invading the jungle, making a rotation. So we might actually see the Tristana being able to rotate before Xerath in some cases.
Maybe. I mean, it's pretty cool that they tried to do something fancy with the draft, but to be honest, Tristana is quite different from the champions that Chobi Lover plays. He plays a lot of flashy wombo combo champions like Yon, Yasuo, Akali. Tristana doesn't really fit that mesh well. I also
Well,
think that
what can you do
Akali.
on Akali that you can't do on Tristana? You
Fair
can
enough.
jump into
Literally
five
nothing.
You're
people.
right.
They're
You can jump
exactly
into
the
five
same.
people on both those champs.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Well, the thing, talking about Tristana trying to get rotations and stuff. I mean, I remember watching Lucan on Xerath last season, and the way that he uses Xerath so well is using that ult, where it's basically like a global, right? Which not everyone thinks about using. He'll walk and just like ult a lane. He doesn't go all the way there. He just ults bot lane, and he's so good at it. So we'll see. That's definitely the most interesting matchup, mostly because we just know that Lucan's really good on Xerath. Kang, who wins the draft here?
I'm gonna pass it over to Dins real quick before.
Dins, who wins the draft here?
So this is a tough question because in games like this, you definitely have to factor in comfort for champions. Like, we can't really just look at just the champions because the game is going to play out entirely different than that. And I think in terms of because it's BMO versus Weasel Teasers, I think BMO wins this draft because they have Lucan on his most comfortable champion, and then their Weasel Teasers kind of flexed a weird pick just to try and counter the Xerath. Not sure what the play is there, but I'm sure that I know for a fact that Xerath can shut down and Tristana engage, so I don't expect a lot of solo kills from the Tristana.
Mm-hmm.
So at the very most, maybe she just outpushes it sometimes, but I can definitely see Xerath being able to control that lane better with a lot of really good spacing and just being able to poke out Tristana and probably push her in and probably maybe even get some kills as well.
Right. Kang, you
So
agree?
with that in mind, I think BMO wins the draft here.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with the notion that BMO has won the draft. I think their team composition is a tad bit more coherent than, say, Weasel Teasers. I do think that on the note of Lucan being able to roam and try to get those ultis off in the side lanes, I think he's going to have a harder time doing that against the Tristana, who can just shove the wave really fast with that bomb. So
Gotcha.
I think that if he tries to go for the same plays, he's going to get punished pretty hard, either just losing CS to tower, or maybe you just can't even leave lane because he's getting shoved in the whole time. But I think as soon as he hits what's Lost Chapter, I think he'll be fine.
Okay, so we're looking both on BMO, yeah?
Yeah,
For
yeah.
winning the draft?
Thinking-
Okay,
sure.
Yeah, thinking so.
great. Well, we shall see. We're going to head it over to a quick competitive integrity break, and then we'll be back with Wes and Kang on the casters desk. Wheelie might be there. Not sure. He started a game like right before we started casting. So quick competitive integrity break, and we'll be back with game 1 of Boomer Mechanics Only versus Weasel Teasers.
All right, welcome back, folks, from a bit of a shorter break this time because our analyst took extra care in breaking that one down. My name is Wes Rambo. I'm joined once again by Kang here on the caster desk. And, you know, any production issues, you can just blame me because I am setting this up last minute. And hopefully everything looks okay on stream right now. I will kind of be, you know, checking back and forth just to make sure that everything is all good. But we do have, an exciting matchup here, an exciting best of 3 coming up. We got Boomer Mechanics Only up against Weasel Teasers Kang, and we talked a little bit about the draft, you know, coming in here. We have some interesting team compositions, and in particular, a very interesting mid lane matchup here. And we do see Lucan having gone for the exhaust over there on the Xerath. Definitely will help to mitigate some of that Tristana damage.
Yeah, and honestly, that's just going to help him survive the lane, honestly. Dins and I have come to the conclusion that it's going to be pretty hard for Chovy Lover to all-in, and Exhaust is just going to play into that a lot more.
Yep.
Lilia deciding to start topside, we'll see here, and GMO do get the ward down to potentially spot her if she decides to go for Raptor second, but we'll have to see here.
Yeah, absolutely. You see the top and bottom start. I'm just going to quickly minimize and move these over a little bit because I've realized I didn't position them quite right. That should do it. And we are back into the game with trades up in the top lane here, and you can see Gorgster already, you know, having a little bit of his way with the Mordekaiser up there. But down the bot lane, there's more poke, and Animating Dead is almost dead himself. Look at that, an early first blood coming in from Tactical Lover, and that is a very great catch there onto the very squishy Nami.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty huge. They really want to delay that Twitch late game as much as possible so that they can push hard in the mid game, try to take objectives. Gorgster back in the top lane, though, is looking pretty good. He knows that Lilia is bottom side because she did get spotted on that Raptor ward that they placed earlier. So he's pretty much going ham on Shrek's cousin right now.
And Shrek's cousin, great name up there, but only having 3 CS so far, so definitely having a bit of a struggle up there. And yeah, we are going to see, you know, how the Ezreal Morgana lane will be able to take advantage of that early kill. It'll be an interesting one. But the jungler coming down here, Rico Rodriguez, is looking for that scuttle, waiting it out. Entire camp, entire jungle cleared up. And yeah, these junglers are just, you know, passing by each other, not really running into each other whatsoever. So not a lot of action besides that early bot lane kill. It looked like the roam was considered by Chovy Lover in the mid, but it's not going to happen there. The wards are up.
Yep. And it looks like Rico Rodriguez was looking for something, but not able to find it. Lucan's just playing super safe right now.
Yeah, super safe indeed. Nothing to find there. Look back at the CS numbers. You can still see the story is up in this top lane here with Gorgster really just bullying Shrek's cousin out of that lane and relegating the Mordekaiser to 8 CS, which is a very, very difficult situation to be in. As a Mordekaiser, you really do want to do some stuff in the lane, but in terms of the lane, J-Beach comes in and forces the flash out of Shrek's cousin there, but a well-timed flash means Shrek's cousin will actually stay at, you know, the exact same HP, didn't take any damage there, so no problem there, but a good flash blown, and J-Beach didn't have to commit anything.
Yeah, I mean, just pretty good pathing on him, honestly.
Uh-oh, now the flash came in from Gorgster, but it was not enough damage, and Shrek's cousin just manages to get out with a sliver of health. Here's No Bamboozles and Animating Dead. They look like they're going to try to go for something. Flashing after Tactical Lover is No Bamboozles and does get the poisoned proc off. There is the AD carry of Weasel Teasers going down. Here's No Bamboozles now, and Animating Dead having to fight here, but Rico Rodriguez pretty strong. A great bubble there to dissuade that push, though, and everybody gets out free. Chovy Lover gets the jump away there, but Lucan goes for the flash and gets the mana back from the auto attack. Will he be able to get one more? Not quite. So close. One auto away in mid lane for the Xerath, but it is not to be, and that's going to be Lucan expending the flash there with Chovy Lover actually hanging on to both summoner spells. So, you know, a win out there in the mid lane, but of course it was the kill down the bot.
Yeah, pretty action-packed early game here so far. I'm liking this one.
Dragon gonna come through. J Beach smites that away, no problem. So that is Boomer Mechanics only taking a bit of a lead there. Just you know, basically even in gold, but the Dragon, the objective does go over towards BMO, and the Hecarim definitely stronger in the early game than the Lilia. So you'd expect a little bit of jungle strength coming out of that, and indeed J Beach is looking good, but. Across the board in terms of farm, you see Shrek's cousin has done well to catch up a little bit, but still very far behind up on that top lane.
Yeah. Honestly, I think I'm not gonna claim to be a top laner. I don't know the matchups at all, but my gut tells me that Aatrox is gonna be able to sustain a lot more than Mordekaiser.
J Beach actually taking a bunch of damage here. Dark Harvest proc goes off, but looks like J Beach is going to be able to get away. And here is the question. Now the Death Realm has been summoned by Shrek's cousin, and Gorgster needs to get away from this. Does not have the power. Here's Shrek's cousin with more damage coming through. The shield comes up. This is so close, and Aatrox is healing up so much. This 1v1 is epic. Two absolute titans fighting in the top lane, and Shrek's cousin is the one to come out on top. Gorgster, after dominating that lane early, goes down in the 1v1.
See, told you I didn't know much about the matchup.
Yeah, apparently. I mean, yeah, that Death Realm signifying Shrek's cousin wanting to go in and just made it happen.
Yeah, super impressive, honestly. Playing with the CS deficit definitely sucks, but he's able to pull that back, and now he has a kill to his name, so gonna be able to equalize the gold pretty easily, but
J Beach though
play.
Gonna try to catch this out. Shrek's cousin with no flash, and is gonna go down there. It's 300 gold over to the Hecarim, so definitely does punish in a bit of an overstay by the Mordekaiser. But you know, something to note is that Shrek's cousin in that 1v1 was only holding on to a cloth armor as opposed to the superior items of the Aatrox. Now has picked up the Bramble Vest, which will be devastating in the 1v1.
Absolutely, and I mean, Aatrox was able to heal so much health in that fight, so now that he has the Bramble Vest completed, he's going to have a lot harder time staying in that fight.
Here is Chovy Lover going to go in, sees that Lucan is out of mana and doesn't have a lot of resources to fight that, but not going to get anything. Still a farm lead for the Tristana, definitely what you want to see, and definitely one of the reasons they picked that champion. For the aggression and the late game scaling. Gorgster fancying his chances, but once you see that Bramble Vest on the Mordekaiser, you know that fight is not going to go in your favor anymore. Not in the slightest. So Gorgster's just going to have to back away, and Shrek's cousin does well to, you know, just does well to dominate this lane even after getting behind in CS. And still is behind, of course, but with that kill, going to be able to equalize pretty soon.
Yeah, definitely. They know that they have the pink ward in the river, so J Beach not really able to get a gank off that Herald. But
yeah, the Herald is being held on to there. Like you say, J Beach picking that one up, so a little bit more gold could be gained from that if it does happen. And you see Gorgster going in and maybe kind of feinting that the jungler is there, sort of trying to bluff a little bit with that engage, because Gorgster knows he's in trouble if that 1v1 gets extended that far. Here's Rico. There we go. The ultimate comes through, and a nice black shield coming in. That's going to secure the kill for the bot lane. And now it is Indy here with up against No Bamboozles, and tried to get the full alt channel down. By the way, I'm not sure we mentioned this. Maybe you did on the analyst desk, and I was working with production stuff. But this pretty tough name. Never mind. I'll talk about that later because Lucan has done exactly what Darren was predicting and come over with the quick roam. Does get the ultimate down on towards that Morgana. So Indy's going to go down. And yeah, like we said, it's a prohibitively difficult name to pronounce, it looks like. But the pronunciation somehow is Indy for that name. So that's just for all of you. But Lucan continuing to show dominance on the Xerath. The auto attack will finish it off, and that's another kill for Lucan from the mid lane. Great roams and great map presence from the Xerath so far. Oh, I can't let you keep going because Chovy Lover's gonna go in, but he jumps in and bites off way more than he can chew there. The Tristana jumps into 4 members of the enemy team who are just totally ready to take him down. Now Gorgster and Shrek's cousin are not giving me a chance to breathe as they're gonna go for the 1v1 here, and Shrek's cousin managed just to come out better on that one as we expected. But the dragon is gonna go over to Boomer Mechanics only, so they're gonna be able to take a second dragon there. But wow, a lot of fighting happening there, Kang, and Gorgster might make it a little bit more. Just gets out of the way of the Mordekaiser pull, and now perhaps we will have some peace.
Yeah, well, the analyst desk really wanted to see some Malphite ultis this game, and Malphite ultis we did see. Chovy Lover diving into 3 people. I don't know what he was trying to do there.
Man, yeah, the Malphite ulti was coming through. That time it was the Ezreal ulti to actually secure a kill on J Beach, punished for staying solo with Dragon and not getting help from the team. So kills just continuing to stack up here, 5 to 4 already, and still pretty much dead even in gold if you take a look at that. So a very interesting game, but with 3 kills on this Xerath, I think Lucan is the one to be looking at here for that dominance. Now Shrek's cousin is in a little bit of trouble, maybe a little bit too low, does go for the Q and tries to get away from this, but Gorgster is too much, and on the other side, BMO are continuing to get kills. There's one onto the ADC of the bot lane of Weasel Teasers, so they're going to go down as well, and that's now going to be 7 to 4, and a little bit more of a substantial bit of presence and control coming from the laners. Now Chovy Lover's in danger as well. The ultimate comes through from Xerath. Here is the ultimate from J Beach, but the Tristana ultimate is used, and Chovy Lover turns around, but on the other side, without even a second thought, Rico Rodriguez goes in to take out Lucan on the backside. So Tristana got dived, but it cost the enemy mid laner his life as well. And man, Kang, I haven't been able to let you speak for a while, and there's so much to break down here as the Herald goes into the bot lane, but it looks like BMO are coming out more or less ahead in some of these trades.
Yeah, and honestly, it's almost too much to break down. I can barely keep up.
Just start talking about something that happened.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm going to lean over to the Lucan thing here with the 3-1 Xerath, obviously getting shut down. It's going to be huge. He is quite strong right now, being really far ahead, despite being down on CS. I think that once the mid to late game rolls around, Weasel Teasers are going to have a much harder time getting onto Lucan.
No Bamboozles trying to go in for Indy there, who flashes away, and it looks like Indy's actually going to escape from that, even with the double ult from the bot laner. So actually very well played with the stopwatch from Indy. Now Lucan having to back off there, but yeah, a great play actually there by Indy on the Morgana, just being able to get away from a very, very difficult combo. Now Chovy Lover takes a Q. That will be Lucan's time to try to use the ultimate, but it looks like one more hit wasn't enough, and Chovy Lover gets out of there with a sliver of health once again, and that's got to be frustrating for Lucan on the Xerath.
Yeah, it's frustrating for now, but he's going to be feeling pretty good. Now he knows that Tristana can't really step up to him at all. He just pokes him down. And this is one of the reasons why I didn't really like the swap going on the mid lane. I would have much preferred seeing Chovy Lover on comfort picks. Honestly, the Akali would have been just fine here. Would have been sucky in the early game, but in more team-centric style of play, you're gonna have jungle presence, and you know, lane matchups aren't gonna really matter too much as long as you get help. And I just think that having an assassin that can just jump onto Xerath would have been helpful, but
yeah, and using Chovy Lover as that assassin just hasn't worked out quite as well so far. You do have to shout out the scaling, though, of a double ADC composition. It definitely will make a difference in the end, but of course that does come with, you know, requiring some peel, and that's actually something that you know, Weasel Teasers don't have a lot of. There isn't a lot of really reliable crowd control over here. But Shrek's Cousin continuing to try to take these fights and continuing to go for them. The exhaust comes down on Chovy Lover. That's going to get him to back off, exactly what that's for. And the ultimate from Ezreal comes in, but here's J-Beach going to be able to finish off this kill. Indy continuing with the timing. Will he be able to get away? No, J-Beach does take that one down, and Chovy Lover has to get away and does have to flash away. Oh, and fancy feet coming in from the Tristana, dodging away once again from Lucan. Like you said, that Tristana CS numbers ahead, but in every other way, Lucan is dominating that lane, just being able to push this Tristana out every single time he comes back. So a very, very interesting situation in the mid lane there. The Death Realm's going up in the top lane, but we ain't got time because the turret's about to go down in mid, and Rico is in trouble a little bit here. Now Shrek's Cousin's going to go in, but has Aatrox reached critical mass? Will Shrek's Cousin go down in the 1v1? Actually does have to flash away, and that's a big turning point with the Aatrox getting that Iron Spike whip and being able to now duel the Mordekaiser here, even with the Death Realm being used. Very, very important development there.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty huge. And we see some
going in once again, and Shrek's Cousin's going down, but a fight is happening in the bot lane as well, and they just don't stop, Kang. They can't stop, and they won't stop in this game right now, and they are going to also go for a fight down towards the enemy blue buff. Ezreal ult comes in and does a lot of damage, but it's just not going to be enough there. Now the Dragon is being considered, but they are pretty low, and they're maybe thinking better of this. A great Q by the Ezreal coming in. And yeah, it looks like they're going to try to back off, though we can see Indy just cannot contribute to this fight whatsoever. And Lucan ult is available. Here we go. I was just about to shout it out. There we go. Lucan picks it up with the 5th kill of the game for the Xerath. And only Tactical Lover really threatens, so now they do choose to pull the trigger on the Dragon here. Wow, look at Lucan's damage there.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically not even an item.
Yep.
He just has components right now. And, you know, you say that double AD is going to scale well, but not when they're getting chunked for half their health.
Or more, as No Bamboozle's going to try to go in. There's J-Beach, animating dead, ends up with the kill onto Chovy Lover, and now it looks like BMO have opened up a little bit. It looked not bad early on in this game, but now Lucan is on a killing spree with 6, and all across the board, BMO are starting to dominate their enemies. 15 kills to 5, and a 6,000 gold lead racked up here for the side of Boomer Mechanics only, so they really are showing exactly why Lucan's Xerath was banned almost every single game last season.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't really respect the Xerath, honestly. I mean, he's quote-unquote not meta, but if you've played against the Xerath, you know that if he's not behind, and as a matter of fact, if he's ahead, then he's pretty oppressive to play into. And more so because of the fact that they don't really have anybody that can dive from him.
Lucan's just 1 Q and he's ready to pop that ultimate at this point. You can see, you know, Chovy Lover getting chunked down to half with, I think only one of those ults ended up hitting. Chovy Lover's doing a nice job of dodging the ults, but it's just not enough if he can't dodge those Qs. Now Shrek's Cousin's going to go into the 1v1, but now, like we said, Xerath, or Aatrox has gotten to that point. Lucan might get caught up here, but there's Chovy using the Gale Force to try to catch up, and so much damage from Lucan, and his auto attack's going to finish it off with a double kill. Finally gets shut down by Tactical Lover on the Ezreal, but here's Rico going in and being taken down by the bigger horse, who wins in the end. J-Beach is the Hecarim, and the Hecarim beats Lilia at this point in the game. 19-6 now on the kill feed, and BMO continue to rack those up.
Yeah, and while that play is going on, GMO execute a dive on the top side, killing Shrek's cousin. They're putting down the Herald, and they're trying to get this second tower in the top.
Yeah, this Herald, and they have ways to protect this as well. It looks like they're probably going to be able to secure a second charge here with this
Absolutely.
Herald. There's no way you want to engage on this. Actually, they are going to leave it alone, and it looks like that Herald isn't going to get a second charge. They decide to back off, having used a bunch of important cooldowns. So, good job, on the presence there from Weasel Teasers to grab that, but still, BMO in firm control here.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard to come back from this. I think that if Rico Rodriguez is able to land a miracle sleep onto Lucan, they can probably pull it off. Or if Shrek's cousin actually manages to get an ult off.
Sure, because Lucan, being pretty fed, probably can't 1v1 the Mordekaiser at this point. That probably is beyond his reach.
Probably not. He did grab a lot of armor, though.
Yeah,
not very much in the way of magic resistance.
That's true. That Bramble Vest isn't helping you at all against Xerath. Here comes the ultimate. Speaking of the Xerath, Indy in the danger zone, and the Electrocute takes him out. Here's no Bamboozles to take out Chovy Lover as well, and BMO can just one-shot everybody right now. You cannot be hanging around with half HP in the middle of the lane.
Yeah, that's honestly just feels bad. I've been there, and it really does not feel good to play an ADC into a fed Xerath. It really does not.
At this point, I don't think anybody feels good playing into a fed Xerath over on the side of Weasel Teasers, and that's exactly what Lucan is, having finished the Night Harvester as well. An interesting choice there, Kang. We have seen a few different ideas on Xerath in terms of the mythic. I know Lucan does like to experiment. It's one of the things he really enjoys doing is theory crafting. But I would have thought Luden's Echo or Leandri's would have been the more common choice there onto that Xerath.
Yeah, I think for the most part he's getting it for the ability haste that he gets for completing every legendary item.
Yeah, and he's definitely using that ability haste to full extent, so that's a good shout there.
Absolutely. Just chucking out lasers and getting a lot of damage off, so I think that's the reasoning behind it. Not only that, but getting a proc off on Night Harvester does give him a little bit of movement speed, so that he's able to better dodge some of Ezreal's damage and that Swirl Seed from Lilia.
Well, you can't hit them all, and Lucan does whiff on that stun there. And actually, now the recall timings mean that it's going to be Weasel Teasers who are going to be able to secure a dragon, so that that Soul, even though they were on Soul Point here kind of sneakily, they did manage to delay that by one more. But here comes the engage. J-Beach is so fast, and look at the damage coming in already on the team fight. J-Beach takes one, Lucan takes another. Shrek's cousin has J-Beach in the Death Realm, but even the Hecarim is able to solo kill the Mordekaiser at this point. Tactical Lover, oh my god, look at that Q, and Tactical Lover might be about to go down to the, I thought it would be the Twitch poison, but Lucan says, here's a snipe for you, and takes out the enemy AD carry. It's only Chovy Lover remaining over on the side of Weasel Teasers, and this game just has gotten out of control right now.
I really loved the Dragon Call there. They realized that GMO backed, there's no way for them to contest, they take the Dragon.
Yes.
After they take the Dragon,
it's time to go back.
You should probably just go. It's time to leave.
Yeah,
you got the win, you delayed Soul.
I thought there might be a... Thought there might be a but on that one, but yes, indeed, the Dragon Call was a nice idea for sure. And actually, it looks like Gorgster, he's healing so much, but the shutdown comes in. Look at the damage, though, from every single member, but Lucan in particular is absolutely shredding through these squishy targets here. But actually, the Gorgster is the only one who goes down this time. Animating Dead takes a shot, but there's no follow-up. Here's Lucan. Look at that. There you go. See, the ability haste is exactly what you were talking about. It seems like that ultimate is up every single time Lucan sees an enemy. But with no blue buff, Lucan's about to run out of mana. A nice stopwatch there used by the Morgana, and again, gets out with just a little bit, but no, not this time. Morgana goes down afterward to the burn. Here comes no Bamboozles, and Chovy Lover is dead to rights to the AD Twitch here. Now the turret gets taken down as well. There are so many things happening all around the map. Finally a shutdown on J-Beach, but it may not be enough, as there are still 4 members left. No bamboozles. Oh, don't do it to him. No bamboozles. Actually, he doesn't do it to him, and he gets it done instead. There is the shutdown, and without the 80 carry, they do still have Baron, so they are still going to try to push for the win here.
Yeah, I'm thinking this might be it. Death timer's not actually that high. Might have to retract that statement. But.
Yeah, this might be it. There you go. Lucan in the death realm, but you can see there's just so little damage right now on Shrek's cousin, who had to itemize against that Aatrox. And speaking of Aatrox, Gorgster is just absolutely unkillable right now. Goes back in. Are you kidding me? Gorgster! No way! He gets another kill. He's healing up more. He's gonna go in one more time. A triple kill for Gorgster, and this is just nuts from the Aatrox. The Darkin has risen here inside the base of Weasel Teasers, and yeah, there's a potential pentakill on the horizon, which you could never have guessed at first, but Gorgster decides to just back right off, and they're going to go for the towers instead and go for the Nexus. So will this be the end? It's low health bars. Gorgster still thinking about something here in terms of kills. Wants that pentakill, but I think it has run out of time, and that is going, I believe, to be the end of the game. There was a GG said in chat, and it looks like the minions ended up taking it down, even though my spectator bug happened. Same thing as yesterday, but I think we can pretty easily confirm that it was Boomer Mechanics only who ended up taking